Hey everyone, Crinkle here. I am trying my first cooking video, so I'm sorry this is going to be terrible. But what I'm doing today is a shredded beef on the smoker, and I am using this beautiful chuck roast from a local farmer that I know, and we actually help take care of his herd at work, so it's great to know where the meat comes from. Um, Way to season with Fire Hatch Rubs Chicken Banger and That Dude Barbecue Mike's Secret Stuff. These guys are great. I don't get endorsed by them by any means, but please check them out because they make some amazing stuff. So what I'm going to do is just liberally season all of the chuck roast, and then I'm going to put it out on my pellet grill at 275 till we get somewhere around 170, and then I'll cover it up, and we'll just keep some posts as the day goes on. Okay, so here we are out by the pellet grill. This is just a cheap Walmart Expert Grill pellet grill. Um, I have actually over 25 years of smoking experience. I started off with a offset smoker and doing charcoal and wood. Over the years, I've tried different things, but I've moved over to the pellet smoker the last few years. Doing a blend of hickory and pecan in there. And I have my beautiful chuck roast right there on the middle rack. I like to use just an old foil pan as a drip pan to keep the grill a little bit nice and clean. Got my thermometer in there and I'm going to bring that up somewhere between 165 to 180 before I wrap it. And that is about it for now. We'll be adding some more as the day goes on. Probably in the next 6 to 8 hours this is going to be going. Okay, we are a few hours in. The chuck roast is up to 160. I'm going to leave it on just a little bit longer before I decide to wrap it. In the meantime, I have cut up a ton of veggies, lots of tomatoes, some onions, orange bell peppers, jalapenos, and serranos. A lot from our garden, except for the onions and the orange bell pepper. Threw in a bunch of minced garlic, salt, and pepper, and that is going to be a nice, hot, spicy smoked salsa later on. So we'll get that going. Already have the fuel going, so might as well get a couple things at once. So next update will be when we wrap the chuck roast. All right, so this is the flavor bed for our chuck roast once we wrap it. We've got orange bell pepper, some white onion, some serrano peppers, and a jalapeno, and put in some minced garlic, and then added a little bit more of That Dude's Barbecue Mike's Secret Stuff. So this is what will help flavor and soften the chuck roast in just a little bit once we wrap it. All right, so we have our chuck roast in the pan, wrapped up, ready to go for another rest for a few hours. And our salsa is coming along nicely. I gave it a good stir, re-seasoned with a little bit of salt and black pepper and some cumin. So that's got at least another hour or so to go before I can pull that and blend it. And we will check on the chuck roast probably in about 2 to 3 hours. So while I'm waiting for the veggies to cool a little before I blend them into the final salsa, I threw on some deer rib patties from one of the local lockers, and I seasoned that with Fire Hatch rubs, a hot oinker dust. And while I was out here, I came over and flipped the chuck roast and threw some of the veggies on top. It is starting to fall apart. We're getting a little bit tender, so now I'm going to cover that back up and leave it back out here for a while. We'll be back soon. Well, there you have it. About 7 hours later, we have some delicious shredded beef from the chuck roast that we smoked. We have some fresh smoked salsa and of course some deer patties. And I'd like to thank all the people that helped me flavor this really well. That Dude Barbecue, Fire Hatch Rubs, and Frio Hot Sauce. So until next time on Cooking with Crickle, cheers everybody.